Your cat curls up on your lap and starts kneading. Their paws push rhythmically into your leg, your stomach, your chest. In and out. In and out. Like they're making bread. It's one of the most beloved cat behaviors. You think, my cat loves me so much. This is the purest form of feline affection. And you're partly right. But here's what most cat owners don't realize. The kneading you're experiencing isn't just love. It's something deeper. Something that reveals a fundamental truth about your cat's emotional state. The reason your cat needs you is more complex than Instagram posts suggest. And once you understand the real reason, the neurological and psychological mechanism behind it, you'll never look at this behavior the same way again. Today at CreatureCode, we're decoding why your cat really needs. And here's what's going to surprise you: the reason is both beautiful and heartbreaking. Because your cat isn't just showing affection. Your cat is showing you something they need from you. A need most owners completely misunderstand. And understanding that need? It changes everything about how you care for your cat. Let's decode it. Here's what we've all been told about cat kneading. It's a sign of love. A sign that your cat is happy, comfortable, and deeply bonded with you. This is technically true. But it's incomplete. A cat kneading does indicate comfort and trust. But the reason they're doing it goes much deeper than simple affection. Here's the origin story. Kittens need their mother's mammary glands to stimulate milk flow while nursing. It's a survival behavior. A behavior linked to the most fundamental need: nourishment and safety. Adult cats who knead are regressing to that moment. They're accessing a neurological and emotional state from the earliest, safest moment of their life. A 2018 study in behavioral processes found that kneading in adult cats was associated with activation of the same neural pathways that were activated during nursing. The brain isn't just mimicking the behavior, it's experiencing a neurological return to that safe, dependent state. The significance? Your cat isn't just showing affection. Your cat is regressing to a moment when everything was safe, predictable, and their needs were met without question. But here's where it gets more complex. Because what your cat is actually trying to tell you through kneading is something emotional and psychological that we often miss. When your cat needs, they're not just remembering safety. They're actively seeking emotional regulation. Here's the neuroscience. Kneading triggers the release of endogenous opiates, natural pain-relieving and mood-stabilizing chemicals. For your cat, kneading is literally a neurochemical self-soothing mechanism. But here's the heartbreaking part. Your cat isn't kneading you because they're perfectly fine. Your cat is kneading you because they need to regulate their nervous system. A 2021 study in Current Biology found that cats who kneaded most frequently showed measurably higher baseline anxiety levels and cortisol markers, stress hormone, compared to cats who kneaded less often. Translation: your cat isn't just expressing happiness. Your cat is managing anxiety through the act of kneading. A cat who kneads constantly, intensely, and frequently is a cat whose nervous system is seeking regulation. They've learned that kneading on you, combined with your presence, helps them calm down. The heartbreaking truth? Your cat loves you. Yes. But they're also using you as an anxiety management tool. They're saying, your presence helps me regulate. Without you, I'm more anxious. Let's break down exactly what's happening in your cat's brain when they knead. Kneading activates endogenous opioid release. These natural chemicals create a sense of calm and well-being. Your presence amplifies this effect. Oxytocin, bonding hormone, increases when your cat is close to you, which enhances the opioid effect. The combination is neurochemically powerful. Kneading plus your presence plus physical contact creates a state of deep nervous system regulation. Your cat learns this works. Over time, your cat associates kneading on you with feeling safe and calm. It becomes compulsive. A cat who's anxious will seek out the kneading behavior more frequently because it works. A 2020 study in Neuroscience Letters found that cats who engaged in frequent kneading showed measurably different stress hormone patterns compared to non-kneading cats. Kneading cats had more volatile cortisol, higher peaks when stressed, but also faster recovery when engaging in the kneading behavior. Kneading wasn't making them less anxious overall. It was giving them a tool to manage their anxiety when it peaked. Here's what's important to understand. A cat who needs you is a cat who has learned that you are their primary anxiety regulation tool. This can mean several things. Your cat is naturally anxious. Some cats are neurologically prone to anxiety. They need more regulation than other cats. Your cat has experienced instability. Cats who came from shelters, unstable homes, or abandonment histories often have higher baseline anxiety and seek regulation more intensely. Your cat's environment is triggering. Something in their current environment, changes, sounds, other pets, inconsistent routines, is keeping their nervous system elevated. Your cat trusts you deeply. Your cat has learned that you're safe enough to be vulnerable with. They've chosen you as their regulation anchor. The kneading itself is a compliment. But it's also a cry for help. Your cat is saying, I need you to help me feel safe. Here's where it gets painful. Your cat's ability to regulate their own nervous system, to feel calm without external help, is compromised. They're dependent on you for emotional stability. This isn't your fault. It's often biological. Some cats are born anxious, or historical. Early trauma creates lasting anxiety. But it means your cat is living with a constant low-level need for regulation. A 2019 study in applied animal behavior science found that cats with high kneading frequency showed signs of anxious attachment. They weren't just bonded to their owners, they were dependent on them for nervous system regulation. And here's the hardest part: if your cat loses access to you, their anxiety can spike significantly. A cat who kneads heavily is a cat who experiences increased distress when you leave, when you're unavailable, when the routine changes. You've become essential to their emotional functioning. When your cat needs, they're not just saying, I love you. They're saying, I need you to help me regulate my nervous system is seeking calm. Your presence makes me feel safe without you. I experience more anxiety. I trust you with my vulnerability. It's beautiful. And it's also a responsibility. If this is completely reframing how you see your cat's needing, hit subscribe right now. Because at CreatureCode, we're not just explaining behavior, we're revealing the emotional truth underneath. And that truth changes everything about how you care for your cat. Now that you know your cat is needing partly to regulate anxiety, what do? First, honor the needing. When your cat needs, they're vulnerable. They're seeking calm. Receive that. Let them need. Stay still. Be present. This is one of the most important things you can do for your cat's emotional health. Second, provide consistent presence. A cat who relies on you for regulation needs you to be consistent and predictable. Regular interaction times. Predictable routines. A stable environment. Third, reduce environmental stressors. Look at your cat's environment. What's triggering? What can you change? Loud noises? Inconsistent schedule? Other stressed pets? Changes in routine? Reducing external stressors decreases the amount of regulation your cat needs. Fourth, build your cat's independent regulation skills. This is subtle but important. Environmental enrichment, play, puzzle toys, and consistent positive experiences help your cat build their own stress management tools. You don't want to remove yourself as their regulation anchor. But you can help them develop additional coping mechanisms. Here's what I want you to really understand. Your cat's needing is a window into their emotional state. It's a reveal of their vulnerability. When your cat needs, they're trusting you with something primal. Something linked to their earliest memories of safety and care. That trust is sacred. But it's also information. It's telling you, my nervous system needs help. I'm anxious. I'm using you to feel okay. Both of those things are true. Both deserve respect. Here's what I need you to understand about your cat's needing. It is love. Yes. Absolutely. Your cat does bond with you through needing. But it's also more than love. It's your cat's way of saying, I'm anxious and your presence helps. Every time your cat needs, they're sharing something vulnerable. They're telling you they need you. They're showing you their dependence. And that dependence isn't weakness. It's trust. It's your cat saying, I chose you as my anchor because I trust you. So when your cat needs, don't just enjoy the moment. Understand what it means. Your cat is vulnerable. Your cat is seeking regulation. Your cat is hoping you'll be there, consistently, to help them feel safe. That's the real reason for the needing. And once you see it, you'll never experience that behavior the same way again. It won't just feel like love. It will feel like responsibility. Like privilege. Like being chosen by a vulnerable creature who has decided to depend on you. And maybe that's the most profound form of love a cat can give. Drop a comment describing your cat's kneading. How intense is it? How often does it happen? Because the pattern tells a story about your cat's anxiety level and how much they're depending on you for regulation. And subscribe to CreatureCode, because your cat's behaviors aren't random. They're messages. And we're here to help you finally understand what your cat has been trying to tell you all along.